Hi everyone, Teddy Baldassarre here with TeddyBaldassarre.com. In this video, we're going to be looking at an amazing watch from Zenith with the Zenith El Primero Chronomaster 1969. So in this video, do a review of this timepiece. In the description down below will be relevant links to where to purchase this watch as well as some more information. But guys, let's jump into the video, take a closer look at this watch. Now first, again, a rundown of the specs. We have a case size of 42 millimeters, thickness of 14.05 millimeters, lug width of 20 millimeters, lug to lug of 50 millimeters, water resistance of 100 meters. Movement is an automatic Zenith 4061. Crystal is sapphire, and price is $8,600. TeddyBaldassarre.com, full authorized dealer of all the brands we carry, including Zenith, full factory warranty, quick and fast fulfillment, dedicated customer support, and 9 out of every $10 that we generate goes right back into the content that we're creating. Swiss brand Zenith is a brand many watch enthusiasts know quite well. Founded in Le Locle in 1865, the luxury brand has gone on to live a storied life over its 155 years of history, adjusting to the dynamic conditions presented by the 20th century, 2 world wars, technological change in a globalizing world, and much more. For its extensive history, Zenith is undoubtedly best known for producing a trailblazing automatic chronograph movement in 1969 with the introduction of the El Primero Caliber 400. The movement solidified Zenith's place in the world of watchmaking, and when one perceives Zenith from a modern perspective, unlike almost any other brand, it is the movement that we commonly associate with the watchmaker rather than an actual model line. And today with the Zenith El Primero Chronomaster 1969 Open, you get the remnants of what made this brand popular in a more modern package. Taking a close look at this watch on the wrist, we find a 42 millimeter diameter case with a thickness of 14.05 millimeters and a lug to lug of 50 millimeters, altogether providing for a larger model, but one not too different than many other chronographs on the market today. At 14.05 millimeters tall, it does have some height to it, but its proportional size when put into context with the diameter and the lug to lug distance does come together quite well. The watch would likely wear best on a medium to larger wrist, with the brand actually offering some smaller chronographs still in the El Primero style family. Probably the most notable are going to be their A3, A4 case styles that will come commonly in a 37 millimeter case. The steel case of the chronograph uses alternating finishing throughout, with satinized finish being used on the upper facets of its lugs, while a contrast polishing is used on the case's sides and the bezel. It features thick 20 millimeter lugs at the lug width there, and has the aforementioned mixed finishing, and then also have step pump pushers along the 3 o'clock side of the case, with the chronograph functionality on the right side, and a push-pull sign crown sitting between the two at the conventional 3 o'clock. The Chronomaster El Primero 1961 Open is secured to the wrist via a black alligator leather strap with a semi-gloss finish, though it is further elevated using its integrated deployant clasp at its side. Also is going to feature a matching bevel that is going to match the side of the case profile as well. And the 20 millimeter sizing of the lugs makes great for changing out different straps very easily. And the sturdy sizing and overall metallic colors of the model makes it a perfect canvas for a wide variety of straps. Heading underneath the slightly domed sapphire crystal that is made to emulate vintage style crystals, we come to the watch's sunray silver dial with El Primero features both new and familiar. Now the dial, as a result of its sunray style and the various stylized element it hosts, can change quite a bit in various lighting conditions, but nonetheless features a distinct visual appearance recalling a lot of the iconic 1960 design, all in all offering a distinguished and classic look. On the outermost edges of the dial, we find a simple black tachometer scale, while within this feature we find a black ring with white accents for each minute, while an additional minute ring, now in the chronograph style, is located just slightly deeper towards the center. Connecting the 2 minute rings are black and white lume-filled applied markers, broken up only slightly by the open heart feature on the upper left side of the face, showcasing the watch's balance as well as escapement wheel that, given its production of silicon, is going to be a bit eye-catching, as well as helping this watch achieve its high beat rate of 36,000 vibrations per hour. In addition, this will help with the reduction of the need for lubrication, as well as maximizing service intervals. The final details of the dial are found in the printed black Zenith logo towards the top right, alongside a smaller El Primero script below it, and the signature symbol of the brand and its applied star above it, which also is going to be seen on the red varnish second hand as the counterweight. In addition, at the center, we're also going to be seeing the baton style, very classic Chronomaster handset, also going to be featuring lume, while also matching the lume-filled markers that are cantilevered across the dial. The lume, given the amount of surface area that it's going to be covering, is not going to be substantial, but definitely does the job in darker environments. Now, overall, the dial of this El Primero 1969 Open is both familiar and not, sharing signature features of the modern El Primero in its colorway, dial accents, and functionality. It's likely to spark interest among many fans of the style, yet as an obvious point, the skeletonized section is going to, I think, provide a bit of intrigue and a bit of twist here. Is very much all about marrying the classical elements with more daring executions. Flipping the chronograph over, we find a sapphire exhibition caseback secured via 4 screws at each corner, with some of the watch's details like 100 meters of water resistance being engraved within the outer edges of the case. Now, behind the crystal is where we find one of the most appealing elements of this watch, as well as just Zenith as a brand, with the El Primero caliber within. Now, this particular model features the El Primero caliber 4061, a capable automatic in-house chronograph movement with a 50-hour power reserve, beating away at that classic high beat rate for Zenith at 36,000 vibrations per hour or 5 hertz, and is also going to be chronometer certified as well. This 4061 is going to have the absence of a date, and as we saw on the front side, is going to feature a silicon escapement wheel, though again is going to be using that classic El Primero architecture here. The movement is powered by a bidirectional Zenith signed rotor. The movement is equipped with a bidirectional skeletonized rotor, a common openwork design seen in many modern Zenith timepieces, offering fine engraving as well as satinized surfaces, topped off with the hallmark of the Zenith star. This movement does feature a column wheel, so it's going to have snappy function when engaging those pushers, and is going to have a lateral clutch. And in terms of the finishing across the bridges as well as on that rotor, very much a muted color format with some nice machine finishing, and the only exception of color is going to be that easy to detect blue column wheel jumping into action with the pusher engagement and creating a notable tactile response. So again, this movement is going to operate at 36,000 vibrations per hour or 5 hertz. It's not going to be featuring hacking, believe it or not, but it does feature hand winding and has a power reserve of 50 hours, and again is going to be cost certified. Now, when looking at brands under this $10,000 price range in regards to chronographs, I think there's 2 that obviously come to mind. Looking at the Omega Speedmaster and the variety of watches from Zenith that are going to be featuring their iconic El Primero chronograph movement within. Now, in regards to this particular model with its open aperture design, showing off some of the internal drivetrain as well as that silicon escapement wheel, it is a bit of a more acquired piece, as well as that case size that's going to span out to 42 millimeters. It's going to appeal more to the daring side of the collectors of Zenith, and Zenith has kind of walked in 2 parallels in regards to how they approach their world of design and watches. One being the more classic elements that they certainly are going to stay true to in the traditions of their brand, and then also marrying elements that are, again, a bit more daring. Taking a close look at the DeFi collection, you get an understanding of what I'm really getting at there, with kind of a bit more of eccentric styles that are taking place all across the catalog. But for those with medium to larger size wrists, they want an open aperture style design, very well made chronograph movement within, this is going to be the watch for them. All right, guys, well, thank you again so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, it was helpful, thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Also, if you are in the market to purchase this watch, link in the description to TeddyBaldassarre.com, full authorized dealer of all the brands we carry, quick and fast fulfillment, dedicated customer service, factory warranty for all the products that we carry. So if something goes wrong, you are completely covered and don't have to pay the bill for it. We also offer price match. So if you see one of our watches for cheaper at another authorized dealer, we'll give you a call if you fill out the form on the product page. And finally, 9 out of every $10 that we generate from our store goes right back into the content that we're creating. But guys, thank you again so much for watching. Be well, and I'll see you all very soon.